I've been graced with possibly the rarest combination in all the universe because I have an INFJ in my life. Here are my 5 reasons why every INTJ needs an INFJ in their life. Let's just start with the simplest thing, and that is intellectual discussions. For INTJs, there are a few types that can have really good intellectual discussions with them. However, INTJs and INFJs make that pairing of having intellectual discussions just so amazing. It is so easy for me to have an intellectual conversation with my INFJ cousin. I cannot even begin to tell you just how easy it really is. We can be walking along, talking, having just very deep discussions. And it's so amazing and it's so easy to do. And the freeing part is there have been very few boundaries to the discussions that we have. It's just relaxed, deep conversations. And no, I don't have any examples because they are all personal conversations. But just being able to have that deep intellectual discussion about pretty much anything is freeing, and every INTJ really needs that in their life. Now this next one is a little odd because for INTJs, we get to be the therapists for INFJs, which, as everybody knows, INFJs are always therapists for everybody else. You see, INFJs don't always know how to sometimes set boundaries for themselves. They like to make people feel good. Not necessarily always doing for them, but they like to make people feel good. They're the therapists of everybody else in the world. And let's face it, not everybody can feel good all the time. That is an impossibility. For INTJs and INFJs, so INTJs get to give advice to INFJs when INFJs are usually always giving advice to everybody else. And it trades back and forth. So in a way, INTJs get to be the therapists of INFJs, which is pretty freaking awesome at times, let me tell you. INTJs might be wondering why that's so great, but when you are on a deep intellectual level with the person that you're giving the advice to, there's a connection there that you just can't beat. This next one is awkward, and I mean that literally because awkward, wordless conversations. What the heck am I talking about? For INTJs and INFJs, we don't have to say everything that comes into our mind. In fact, we absolutely don't say everything that comes into our mind. But there are these moments where you can be sitting with an INFJ and not say a single thing, and it's kind of nice. You both know you're thinking things, and you both don't have a clue what you're actually really both thinking, but you kind of have an idea, but you really don't. And it's just nice to be able to sit there in awkward silence. Why am I playing this up so much? It is just nice to be able to sit down though in awkward silence, knowing that you're both thinking things, but also not necessarily caring. Because at the end of the day, the next two are what really drives it home. And at number 2, INFJs are the counterbalance of emotions for INTJs. Now, we don't have a whole lot of emotions that we show all the time, and we don't empathize well with other people. That's where INFJs come in. INFJs will help give you an idea of how to empathize at least some of the time. Plus, having an INFJ around means they can empathize for you when you can't, which is actually probably cheating, but there again, if they are right there with you, why not? Hey, the INFJ can empathize with all the people at the funeral while you stand in a corner and wish you weren't there. But it really is INFJs being able to put that best foot forward, that emotional smile out there, because INTJs lack that. That makes it a good reason for INTJs to have an INFJ in their life. You can learn a lot about smiling from an INFJ. That comes to the number 1 reason why every INTJ needs an INFJ, and it's really simply, they get you. An INTJ can walk into a room, an INFJ can spot them, and instantly pick them apart. Seriously though, INFJs have the ability to pick apart people emotionally pretty easily, being able to figure them out very quickly, and they can do that to INTJs too. they can just get you. It'll be awkward at times, but that's introvert intuition working on overdrive anyways, so what are you gonna do? Me and my INFJ cousin, we have a really good understanding and we get each other. We understand even when we don't always get it. And it's because we can relate to each other on the same level. We have somewhat similar thoughts, we have somewhat similar ideas. There are some differences, of course, in how our brains work and the things that we do think about, but we understand each other, we get each other without necessarily needing to have a 30-page explanation of why. And it's that not needing to explain everything about yourself for that person to just understand you that makes having an INFJ and an INTJ's life just that much better. If you have a thought or reason why every INTJ needs an INFJ in their life that I've not discussed in this video, please drop it down in the comments section below. Or if you're an INTJ that has an INFJ or vice versa in their life and you want to tell me about your story, go ahead and pop down in the comments section below. I'd love to see it. But as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.